In a far-off land, a long peace has ended. The Paramekian Empire has summoned Hellspawn in hopes to rule the world. The people of Fynn fought bravely for the kingdom and lost. Now 4 of Finn's youth must flee to Altea, with the enemy just behind. You're 100% right, Business Vulture. This will be also very interesting. Nico? Get the fuck out of here. I think Game Suite 6 is... let's put it on... Let's keep it on 6. Okay, so... in theory... these characters have names. And... personality. In very... I can't even quote enough. But they're only set in the instruction manual. And when you boot up the game, it's just this. So as I said, for the first 3 Final Fantasy games, I will give these characters my own names. And I've played this before. I know what's going to happen. But I will do the same thing that I did when I played this the first time, okay? I had other friends as names, but you'll see what I mean. This is definitely Coma. This is me. This is Semi. And this handsome little boy is... Hey Headshot, write something in chat. I don't know how many D's are where. I don't even know if it's here still. I think it's like 1. Yeah, it's 1 D and then Shot has 2 Ds. Okay. So that's Head. There we are. And what I meant by I'm going to do the same thing that I did in my first playthrough is that I specifically called the 4th guy after me. This will become important shortly. Let's just try to kill these Death Knights. Oh, they're incredibly strong. Okay, and we're dead. Actually, Semi is still around. Well, we're dead. Thanks for dropping by, everyone. That's the stream. See you next time. No, of course. Will he survive? Yes. It'll not be long before he regains consciousness. He has a strong life force. I found him as I was fleeing Fynn, unconscious and covered in blood. Save him. I've amplified his life force. Let's let him be for now. You're right, we should get going. Everybody's waiting for us at the meeting. If the Empire completes their warship at Bovsk, we'll stand no chance against them. Castle Anthrax? That sounds like one of the dopest bands ever. Ugh, where am I? The others! Ben! Sammy! Head! Coma, you're alive! Where's Ben? We were rescued by the Princess of Fynn, but Ben hasn't been found yet. So, Why does it start mid-fight? Because the story is that the Empire attacked our hometown, and we were fleeing, and we got caught. And this is why it became important that I named this the last character after me, as I did in my first playthrough. Because I'm just going to just straight out say it, we will not see me again for like 80% of this game. I think I come back in the last dungeon. It's alright. I'm sure he's alive. Just imagine how I felt when the character that I named after fucking myself, not after fucking myself, well, probably after fucking myself, the character that I named after myself just disappeared for pretty much the entire game. So, you have recovered. Good. Princess, please let us fight with your rebel army against the Empire. This is also pretty much just Star Wars. It's just Star Wars. Settle down. In your current state, you'd only be throwing your lives away. We've got nothing else to live for. Our family, our home's gone. I'm sorry. Oh, maybe I should say that more. I'm sorry. Well, you may stay here in Altea if you wish. Remember the Wild Rose. It's the crest of Finn and the secret password of our rebel army. And we're off, boys. There we are, look at us. Incredibly... let's just save, by the way. Let's save. Let's save over all of my old saves. Oh, it was almost 2 years ago. I can see that I played this game last time. So that is our party. Buff Beefcake head, or he has enough chin for the whole party. Chin? I thought we were talking about his nose, man. Look at that. I don't have as huge a nose as that character portrait has. And I have a huge nose. Oh my god, you deinstalled League of Legends? I don't know if I'm proud of you or disappointed. Let's just say I respect the decision, because I haven't decided to deinstall yet. So this is our lovely party. Talk to Elder again. Our password is Wild Rose. Don't forget it. So this schnoz is a slang term for nose. Let's just say that. This game changes a lot compared to Final Fantasy 1. It focuses way more on dialogue, and it has this keyword system. You see the Wild Rose that's in brackets? We can go to learn, and then Wild Rose, and now we know the term Wild Rose, and we can, for example, go to say, and we can say Wild Rose to her, and she reacts to it, which is super cool. She says the Wild Rose is the crest of Finn. Ah, I wonder how Finn is doing now. I saw captives being gathered there. If you're going to try to find Sammy's brother Ben, by the way, Sammy, we're brothers. We're brothers. We're brother and sister. Finn might be a good place to start. However, it's become a very dangerous town ever since the Empire seized it. Be careful. Your destiny will be intertwined with mine, I can feel it. First, head towards Finn. We can say Wild Rose to him. I see you using the password. Try saying it to others, too. The implementation is super weird. Let's see what these guys have to say. Finn Castle has been taken by the Empire. The monsters are all over the place. We can only say keywords to key characters, so that old geezer, we can't even do that. This is the meeting room. Meeting room. Dude! I just want to talk to you. Please, sir. Oh, whoop. I was mashing A too fast. To the east is the port city of Pawn, but a large lake blocks the way. You could get there if you had a canoe, though. Both of those things are weird, Sammy. This is the king's room. He was critically injured by the Empire's soldiers. Hello, King. Oh, the pain. My daughter Hilda will tell you everything. Wild Rose. So this is the reason why the keyword system is kind of weird in this game. It's very ambitious for the time. This was 1988. But most characters on most keywords just basically say the equivalent of huh? And you don't get anything from them. But it's so good to be in a Final Fantasy game after the stress of Dark Souls 2. Let's see how long it takes until I'm becoming infuriated with this game. This is Altea's rebel base. Again, this is pretty much Star Wars. Cashuan's Prince Gordon is here in Altea. It seems he has lost his confidence though. A chest. Guys, this is the best improvement over Final Fantasy 1. Can you see that the chest has been opened? What technology allowed them to implement this in the game? It's crazy. Princess Hilda fled here to Altea when Finn was seized. She took control of the rebellion when the king was fatally wounded. Fatally, he is still alive. Critically, okay. But fatally... Okay, just a random ninja running around town. Hey, I'm Paul, the world's greatest thief. There's nothing that I can't steal. It's truly the future. It is, man. I never steal from rebels. My hometown of Finn was invaded. Okay, I guess. Could you... Thank you. My name is Gordon, late Prince of Cashuan. He's also still alive. Now I'm just a lowly coward. My clan fled from Cashuan, but my brother Scott was captured by the Empire. If you want to join the war, if you succeed, remember what a coward I am. Jesus Christ. So it is important to state this game was only released in Japan. Oh, this is the Resurrection place. This game was only released in Japan. And this is a fan translation. Paul may be a thief, but he only steals from the Empire. Paul is Han Solo, basically. Tobul is our blacksmith. He can make great tools, but lately he's been in hiding. So these are fan translations that have a little bit of wonkiness, but I think they're in general pretty good. The Empire hasn't attacked Altea yet, thankfully. Okay, so our objective, I guess, is to go to Finn to search for meat. Now, before we do that, there's something very important to address. Let's check what we have. Koma has a broadsword, a buckler and leather armor. Sammy has a bow and clothes, generic clothes. And Head has an axe and a leather armor. Now, the way this game works. Let's go to stats so you can see. Everyone who's familiar with JRPGs and Final Fantasy games knows there's one thing that's missing on this screen. Do any of you guys see a level? There are no levels in this game and no level ups. Instead, this game tries to be Morrowind on steroids. So Daggerfall, I guess. With everything that you can do being a separate skill or stat. And the more you use that, the more it becomes stronger. Which makes for great customization. But it's also pretty rocky. Especially like grinding spells up. Also, sometimes there are contrary stats. For example, if your power, which is basically your strength, goes up, there's a chance that your intelligence goes down. So since I have all three of you here that are in my wonderful party, let's take this time. You were able to choose your classes in Final Fantasy 1. What do you want to do? The basic archetype still exists, but let's just go to the stat page again. There's still white magic and black magic. There's still melee as well as ranged combat. And you can also see the weapon skills down below. We have daggers, we have swords, we have unarmed. We have, I think, what's supposed to be a club. We have axes. We have shields. We have spears, and we have bows. Hey, Dubiet. Yeah, we finally made it. You want to be a tank? Sammy, the thing is you can. So... that's why I'm asking you. Because if I give you the choice... If I gave you the choice in Final Fantasy 1 to choose your class, it's only fair that you decide what kind of stuff you can do in Final Fantasy 2. Because while you have somewhat different starting equipment and somewhat different starting gear, every character can become pretty much everything. So Headshot, for example, starts out with an axe, but he can be a black mage. Okay, so Sammy wants to be tanky. Tank with bow, that doesn't work though, Sammy. You definitely need a shield and you need to be in the front row. Which is, by the way, for the first time in this game, a thing. Also, we have some money to buy stuff, to buy like spells. You would heal if Koma doesn't want to. Okay. Where are the shops? I saw them. That's the item shop. Bow tank works. Oh yeah, I guess you can. You can't shoot just from the front line. Coma's on the phone. How dare he? Okay, we're trying. Sammy uses bows and gets tanky, I guess. Head will become our white mage. And I guess he will also learn some black magic. And maybe Coma will learn some black magic. Let's see. Let's give Cure to Head. Oh wait, I wanted to go in here. Now the way... Whoop. It's epic cure magic. And his axe, I guess. The way you get hit points in this game, because remember, every single thing is a stat that you increase by using it. So how do you use your hit points? By getting hit in the fucking face. Of course. Oh, I want to test this. Give me that shield, Coma. I don't think this works. Yeah, this doesn't work. Let's see. Also, let's save. Also, I just realized that this is how it's supposed to be. Okay. Red mages are great. Oh boy, let's see. Awesome, good start. That freaking Hornet ran away. Headshot got power up. White Mage 10 makes sense to me. I mean, I've seen worse things. Alright. Second improvement. Poison doesn't last your entire life anymore. Right now, this game's amazing compared to what we've played through. But that will turn soon enough. Semi will be tanky, so let's just hit herself in the face. Good, just shoot yourself in the face. It will make you tougher. Or it doesn't. The chance is... I'm not sure if the chance is random, but it is not... At least for me, it's not really predictable when a stat goes up. Like, it's not you used that 17 times, so now the stat goes up. Also, there are still ineffective attacks. No! I didn't want to heal all of us. Also, I just did the completely wrong thing. Ineffective attacks are still there, yeah. Headshot got magic power up and magic points up, which is okay. But you don't get hit points if you... Basically, to get hit points at the end of a battle, you have to be hurt. So if you heal stuff, if you heal damage before the fight is over, you don't get hit points. I don't mind the ineffective attacks, too. A lot of people really dislike that when they go back to Final Fantasy 1, and I don't think it's that big of a deal. I can definitely see the appeal, because it makes you more invested in every battle. But for a lot of battles, it's also just not really necessary and just a time waste. So I see both sides of the argument. Not old school, just old. I guess Coma will become our black mage, because we definitely need a black mage. And Het will become somewhat of a paladin. Hey, Sammy got vitality up, but no hit points up. The way I remember it, your vitality stat, which right now is 6 for Sammy, every time you get hit points up, you get your vitality amount as hit points. So the next time she gets hit points up, she gets 6 hit points. Also, let's check the magic, because we cast Cure 3 times with that now. That is 8% done to the next level. And it's only going to become slower the higher this spell gets. So, grinding spells. You have to grind every single spell individually, not schools of magic, every single spell. Hello, goblin. You know what? Why just hit ourselves in the face again? Oh, I killed Coma. Headshot killed Coma. He's way too strong for him. I do appreciate the combat system as well. But Headshot, what weapons do you want to use? I didn't ask that. You want to mostly heal, but what weapon do you want to use? Remember that unarmed is also an option. Suddenly warm light reaches you. Where it comes from, a gentle voice issues. Lost spirits, leave the realm where darkness reigns. Thank you for not making resurrections cost money, Final Fantasy II. Do you? Oh, you can't see it in this thing anymore. Your options are dagger, sword, unarmed, club, question mark, axe, well, shield, spear, or bow. You can also combine any of these with each other. You can wield 2 weapons in this game, or combine them with a shield. Bows have to be used on their own. You can't use a shield in the main hand, and unarmed only factors in if you I think it only factors in if you don't have any other weapon equipped. Like if you have a sword in your main hand and nothing in your left hand, you don't attack sword fist. I could be wrong about that though. Fist and a shield? I mean, let's say what he thinks. I mean, we need someone to do physical damage. So, that was my idea. Axes are fine, then we're going to stick with axes. Once Koma's back from his phone call, I will ask him the same things. Oh no, Headshot can use very unholy axes. The thing though that I really have to focus about is that if he attacks physically a lot, he doesn't lose a lot of magical prowess. But I think that only applies to intelligence. I think when you gain power, you have a chance of losing intelligence. Koma got vitality up and hit points up. Sammy is still not, even though we attacked her way more. Nice ambush, guys. Please run away more. Let's just cure. Actually, I wanted to cure Koma, but nah. You kill them all? Eventually, yeah. Right now, you're just attacking yourself, so you get more hit points. Even though I heard some people talk about how you're not supposed to hit yourself in the face to gain HP, because that way your dodge rate doesn't go up. Oh wow, Headshot got just a lot of shit, and Sammy still hasn't gotten anything. But I don't really know how true that is. I mean, I guess it is true, but again, some skills are contrary to another, and you have to balance that somehow. That's how you get HP IRL. Yeah, me too. I also hit myself in the face to get stronger. Don't do that. That is a joke. Also, I really want for Sammy to get some hit points now. You just ran away. Nope. Okay. We're going to continue this grind a little bit. Before we go to the next town. Because this game ramps up in difficulty. If I remember correctly. But I'm going to have another quick bathroom break. Get another beer. Just getting very, sorted in. I'll be right back. So I feel like a lot of people dismiss Final Fantasy II because of how different it is. Similar to how a lot of people dismiss Zelda 2 or dismissed Zelda 2. Or Castlevania 2. It seems to be a very NES sequel kind of thing. Cheers, by the way. They had this in stock. They didn't. My favorite supermarket didn't have this beer for like 3 months. And now they have it just randomly black in stock. And I was so close to buying everything they had. I'm drinking. Oh, it's mirrored. Störtebeker Atlantic Ale. I've talked about it before. It's my favorite. It's my go-to beer. It's a pale ale. Not an IPA, but just a pale, very citrusy ale. Man, Dubiot, you are having a lot of. How do I say it best? You're definitely in the minority. Not a lot of people say that Zelda 2 is the best. And especially Simon's Quest. I feel like when it comes to Zelda 2, a lot of people can come around to it. Just to make it clear, I don't dislike any of those 3 games. I don't dislike Zelda 2, I don't dislike Simon's Quest, and I don't dislike Final Fantasy 2 as much. Final Fantasy 2 is actually the one that I think is the worst one of the 3. But it's still actually alright. It tried a lot of things, and that I give it credit for. I never understood why people disliked Zelda 2 so much. But I don't want to get into that now in detail, because next Thursday is the day before my birthday, and I will stream extra long, and I will stream into my birthday. And one of the things that I will do, as I said, is I will make a tier list of every Zelda game prior to replaying it. And from basically this time on, I actually got HP. Everyone got HP but Semi. This is not fair. From this point onwards, Thursday will only be Final Fantasy, and then Final Fantasy game, Zelda game, Final Fantasy game, Zelda game, until we're through with both series. I will replay every single Zelda game. I will replay every single Final Fantasy mainline Zelda games and mainline Final Fantasy games, and also for both no multiplayer games. But other than that, we just go through all of them. And there are so many Zelda games that I haven't played haven't replayed for a long time. So I'm really looking forward to that. Koma's got an HP up again. Sammy, I know you want to be a tank, and I'm trying. You know what? I'm trying to make it so. You guys get in the back row. Hey, someone hit Sammy. I think Sammy's too dodgy right now. Now I can also test if you can attack at all from the back row. You can't with melee weapons. Well, this will be fun. I mean, when it comes to Zelda, it will not be tears as in T-E-A-R. T-E-A-R-S, yeah, that's right. Because I love that series. I honestly love that series. But it will be a nice experiment. Because there are some Zelda games that I haven't played in. There are some Zelda games that I've only played through once. For example, Zelda 2. And there are some Zelda games that I've only played through very recently. I hit run, by the way. I didn't want to do that. I guess we're running. Oh, he's trapped. Thank you. Oh, they ran. Okay. She still didn't get anything. Hey, is this game sexist? Can anyone tell me? Is this game sexist? She hasn't gotten anything by now. There are also some Zelda games that I haven't played through in like 10 years. Yeah, that's something that we do next Thursday. And afterwards, I will probably maybe play a little bit of Binding of Isaac. And at the end, I will definitely start Chrono Trigger. Because I'm so looking forward to that. And I deserve to play my favorite game for my birthday. Yeah, Sammy started out with initially less HP as well. But that's because I think she starts with better magic skills. I should also get some black magic, like one black magic spell for Coma. Oh no, Sammy, we'll get you there. Don't worry. Fox and Nadu? I never heard about this. I heard about Ordelos, which is somewhat similar to the early Castlevania games. I'd probably also play through the NES Castlevanias at one point in the future. Not right now, though. I haven't played through them in a long time. I mean, Sammy, that's the equivalent of hurting yourself, but you're not even hitting yourself, which is a problem right now. Tarcha. I like that. Tarcha. Sammy got vitality and HP up. Frickin' finally. Okay, and let's get Coma a black magic spell. If he's on the phone, I mean, it's his fault for being on the phone. We can't. We don't have the money. But I already feel like, oh, I just enjoy this type of combat. I really do. I can just sit here and basically punch goblins the entire time. Godspeed. Also, those goblins had a lot of money. I'm not against that. I'm always for money, if it's going to me. It sounds so terrible. Do you know if there's a reduced chance to hit something with a bow when you're in front row? Because it's somehow it seems like that. That could be one of the weird things that they did in this game. There isn't a reduced chance. Or there is a reduced chance? The key, okay. I was about to say, like the key letter is missing. God damn it, RNG. Agility stat is bow stat. Oh yeah, right. And daggers, I think. I think now we have enough money. In theory, we have enough money for a black magic spell for Coma, but if I already push black magic into his hands, I want to at least give him the choice which element he's going to use mainly. So Sammy, it's your job to tell him that he has to go into the stream when he has time. Or that he has to read chat when he has the time. I mean, I don't think I have a normal scale of difficulty, especially in these old Final Fantasy games, because I just love to grind. So I guess everything seems pretty easy to me. Well, not everything, but still. Hey, she got hit by a hornet. Didn't even need to hit herself. Hey, Coma. Welcome back. Yeah, you need to make a decision. You You already missed the part where you decided what role in the party you would fit. I decided for you that you need to do black magic at least. Because we really need that. Hey, Sammy got HP up. And Headshot got HP up. But you can still decide what weapon you want to use. And what element you want to use mainly. Because you level every spell individually. Oh my god, what happened? Lozada, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everyone. That is more viewers than I've ever had. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed. We just started Final Fantasy II. We haven't gotten far yet. And thank you for the follow. Man, welcome everyone. I'm actually speechless. You just... Oh, and Devers. Oh my god. Thank you so much. You just finished Final Fantasy II. Oh my god, what is happening? This is the craziest thing that happened in my stream for pretty much since I started. Zap Knight, thank you so much for the follow. Oh my god. Squall, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much, Jeremiah Nickel. I'm actually speechless. I'm not really prepared for this. What I actually wanted to say before this started. Coma, do you want to use Fire, Bolt, or Ice primarily? Because now we have the money to buy your freaking black magic spell. Thank you, Gixogil. Thank you so much. Sammy, you're saying that. My eyes are actually tearing up a little bit. I'm feeling that warm feeling? Definitely. This is... Oh my god. Well, we only have money for one, Coma. Decide. Also, we need to talk about your weapon. Oh yeah, I have a tissue myself, thank you, but it's full of sweat because it's so freaking hot in my apartment. All tingly inside, feels very nice. Roll a dice, okay. That one. Ice. RoAM, thank you also so much for the follow. I really, really appreciate it. We just started this game. It's not my first playthrough of Final Fantasy II. But it's my second one, and I played it like 2 years ago. I don't remember that much of it. But my plan is to play through all the Final Fantasy games over the course of basically the next Thursdays. It's basically every Thursday, alternating with Zelda games. So one Final Fantasy game finished, then one Zelda game, then one Final Fantasy game. Except for next Thursday, because that is actually going into my birthday. So I'm making a Zelda tier list, pre-replay. And then I will replay all the Zelda games over the course of, like, years. And then see if my opinions changed. So that's just for your information. Yeah, of course I'm doing the old school versions. I played through Final Fantasy 1, the old school version 2. That was interesting when you buy heal potions. Like 18 clicks at a time. Coma, let's get back to you. You have the choice of dagger, sword, unarmed. I think it's club. I think it's like a blunt club type weapon. Axes, shields with, you know, pairing, spears, and what's that? Bow. Oh my god, I'm just seeing viewers 20. What am I doing? Holy baloney. Thank you all so much for coming to this. This is the weirdest coincidence. We literally started. I can tell you when we started. We started like 40 minutes ago. Oh yeah, never wish someone an early birthday in Germany. Yeah, it's a thing. My grandpa actually once hit me for it. Give you a club? I will give you a club when I can buy a club, because I don't think there's one here. But I will have that in mind. That you want to have a blunt type weapon. Oh, there's a cane that I can't buy now. But you will get that. Also, beating people up with a cane is very stylish. Fits you very well, Coma. Another one begins. I just went back into town again. Ah, yeah. So my idea is also, in this games, I don't know if I'm playing this so much differently than other people, but I really like to grind. Just this old school turn-based combat. It fills me with so much joy. I think it's a shame that it's fallen out of favor a little bit. I mean, to everyone that just came here and left a follow, thank you so much. I will definitely cheer to you. I feel like I probably haven't made that. I've said that. Again, I wasn't prepared for twice my normal viewer count. Oh yeah, that Zap Knight. That's, for me, that's like the side effect of the thing. I also grind in the beginning. But I just really like this combat system. You could put me... I've told this in my Final Fantasy 1 playthrough. I basically want a roguelike with these graphics and Final Fantasy 3/5 kind of job system. Endlessly repeatable, randomized, roguelike. And a classic turn-based battle system. And I will play that game pretty much for hours because I just love this combat system so much. More than the active time battle system. I will die on that hill. Probably. Even though my Chrono Trigger is my favorite game and that has active time battle system. But I wish it would look like this. Actually, I don't know. Let's see about that. The poor thief is running around and he's just hauling ass in the city, telling everyone he's a great thief. Not the best strategy, in my opinion. But yeah. Sammy, you have to go to bed soon. Oh, you're right. You have to work tomorrow early. I didn't actually recall that. Or let's say I forgot that. Oh yeah, Qualta. I really enjoy... So now, for pretty much everyone that is joined, I can recap my Final Fantasy history, so that this whole thing makes more sense. Oh, Coma has a black spell now, black magic spell. I should use that. So I love JRPGs, but I'm from Germany, and the first Final Fantasy game that we got in Germany was Final Fantasy VII, the first mainline Final Fantasy game. I did not have a PlayStation back then, but a friend of mine had, and the idea basically was that he got Final Fantasy VII and was like, dude, you have to play this, it's so great. And he was like, I'm borrowing you my PlayStation. And then we traded, basically. I got his PlayStation and Final Fantasy VII for a while. And he got my N64 and Ocarina of Time. And I played through Final Fantasy VII. I loved it. A little bit time goes by. He gets Final Fantasy VIII. And tells me about it. How great it is. And that there's a sequel for Final Fantasy VII. I was like, oh my god, that game was so great. And then we traded again. I think I gave him Majora's Mask and my N64 for that time. And I think I played like 4 hours of Final Fantasy VIII. And then I was like, nah, I don't like this. And then I didn't think about Final Fantasy for 7 years. As you do. When I... Pretty much like 10 years ago, on my 20th birthday, or around my 20th birthday, I got more into like retro consoles again, and I was just going around on forums, talking to people about Super Nintendo games that I've never played, and then I discovered this game called Chrono Trigger that a lot of people said was one of the best games ever made. And I played it. And I loved it. 8 is the guiltiest pleasure. I'm actually really looking forward to playing through 8 as part of this, because I have no clue how I will feel about that game now. Yeah, it's weird, John Ron. A lot of people have different, like, preferences, but still come together to talk about stuff they enjoy. And preferences also change over time. I've gotten really into the trip of replaying games that I haven't played for a long time, to see how my opinions change, or how they are. Today I finished Dark Souls 2, which I haven't played in, I think, 5 years. Just to see how it holds up. So after I played Chrono Trigger, I was like looking around for different games. And in the forum that I was going on regularly, I found that people talked a lot about Final Fantasy VI. And then I was like, oh yeah, Final Fantasy, that's a thing. And then I played Final Fantasy VI and loved it. Oh, thank you so much, Lozada. All the best to you, and thank you for the raid. Have a great night. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes, even if they are early, and that's rude in Germany, but I don't give a shit about that. Have a great one, and I hope to see you soon again. As I said, I just started this, and it will happen pretty much every Thursday. So we'll see how that goes. Have a good one. Oops, I wanted to do this. Then I played through Final Fantasy VI, loved it. Didn't think about any other Final Fantasy games. And about 2 years ago, one of the streamers that I follow the most is Lobos Jr. Because I'm a huge Dark Souls fan, and he had a similar but different story with Final Fantasy. Basically, he has also not played a lot of Final Fantasy games. Oh, I'm sorry, the beer. Man. And he was also playing through every single game in the series. And I thought, you know what? That sounds pretty awesome. I want to do that as well. So I started 2 years ago, in my free time. Nice, Coma got int and magic up. And I replayed all the way through 6. And when I started streaming this April, it's only like 4.5 months now. It's crazy to think about that. I thought, nah, fuck it. I'm just going to start from the beginning instead of going back through, just jumping in it with Final Fantasy VII. I'm just going to replay the first 6 again to have them on stream and on YouTube. He says beer, but he means wine. I'm pretty sure this is beer. Sometimes I drink wine. So yeah, that's basically my history with Final Fantasy. And we just started Final Fantasy II. And thank you for the follow, John Ron. As far as... not as far as I... What am I saying? Thank you, Merce, dude. Thank you so much for the follow, everyone. I'm trying to play... Well, I played the NES one. I played the American NES one. I want to play as close to the original games as I can. Which means that I play the NES versions, or with 2 and 3, I play the fan-translated Famicom versions. 4, I will probably play the US version, so the US Final Fantasy II. Same with 6, the US version 3. But I'm not playing any remakes. That's not the same experience. I like the idea of comparing games with their remakes. But not for a first impression. And I don't have a problem with going through like very retro games with no how to say, no quality of life things. I mean, again, I played through the American NES version of Final Fantasy I, where you have to buy health potions one at a time, and half of the game doesn't work. And it's still fun. I think that's a testament to the real design part of the game. That even though the technical side of the original version is terrible, frankly, with a lot of glitches, a lot of bugs, a lot of spells that don't work correctly, a lot of items that don't work correctly, the fun is still there because the progression, the world progression, and the dungeon design, those still hold up. But I also got wrecked by a war mech. So there is a clip on my channel. If you want to see me getting wrecked by war mech, go for it. I did not enjoy that. Even though I know it was possible. You'd call it stubborn, Coma? Yeah, you know me so well. I am super stubborn. I mean, I just played through I just finished Dark Souls 2. With pretty much the worst area in the entire series, so... Yeah, I'm stubborn. But I also like to play through old games. It has its own unique charm. You see, we're completely contrary to one another, duo. I completely dislike spell charges in every game. That's also one of the reasons that I don't like D&D that much. It's one of my least favorites. It's definitely my least favorite pen and paper system that I have played, but I've only played like 4 or 5. Let's say extensively. I like magic points or mana way more. It's also pretty much my only gripe with Final Fantasy III. I know that 5 in theory is a better game, but I just have a soft spot for Final Fantasy III. I fell in love with that game. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm touching my mic. I feel like I hit it just a couple of seconds ago, and I think it looks alright still. But my, I don't actually know the English word for it. My pop screen, that's it. It's just attached with magnets, so I'm always afraid that I knock it out of place. It does feel very appropriate for Final Fantasy 1, I agree. Because Final Fantasy 1 takes a lot of inspiration from original Dungeons and Dragons. Which is fine. I mean, it's so weird. This series has blown up. Pretty much with the 4th game. I mean, the first one was a success in Japan, and the other one were commercial successes as well. But the one that just made it blow up across the globe was 4 and then probably 7. I mean 7, again, in the PAL region where I'm from. 7 was the first one. Yeah, of course I abused the items as well, which was fun. My problem with spell gauges, especially in Final Fantasy 1, where the stats don't work correctly, is that lower level spells become irrelevant relatively quickly. I mean, they also become irrelevant, that's how we pronounce that, with mana. But with mana, you don't feel like at least I don't feel like I'm wasting potential, because I see spell charges for lower level spells sitting there and I'm like, it's not really worth using it. But with mana, I can try to use it at a different point. Yeah, John Ron, I think so too. Even though I don't like Final Fantasy IV that much. With great mana comes great responsibility. I mean, I don't think any Final Fantasy game that I've played so far, so 1 through 7, is a bad game. Well, maybe 2. We'll see about that. We'll see about how I feel when we're finished with this. But Final Fantasy IV feels somewhat bland to me, and I think it's because Final Fantasy IV is very stereotypical. But because it created a lot of stereotypes. So when it came out, that was kind of a different feeling when it comes to that game. And now that you know a lot more about the stereotypes that some games work with, especially fantasy RPGs, you see a lot of that repeated in Final Fantasy IV. You want to see Final Fantasy 1 redone with Final Fantasy 7 remastered or rework treatment? I think that's respectable. I'd rather have a Final Fantasy 3 remake because I love that game. And I don't really like the DS remake. I don't like that they gave the characters names and character traits. I love that it was an anonymous party that I could name after my friends and use my friends to walk into battle. And I also don't really like the graphical style that much. But we'll see. I think they will remake a couple of more because they're selling really well. Not enough Spoonie Bards. You should have Spoonie Bards in every game. I don't have a lute, Duobeard. I really want to have a lute. But I have a mandolin, which is, I think, the closest thing that I have to a lute. Also, probably... I have a shamisen, or a small shamisen, which is also somewhat close to a lute. The android atrocity? Yeah, I don't stand for that. It looks hideous. I don't know what they were thinking. It looks hideous. Well, my bass is right there, also my guitar. So, I could get that relatively easy. But I have nothing lined up. But I will probably... Don't quote me on this. I will probably start next Thursday's stream, so my birthday streaming into my birthday, whatever you want to call it, stream. With a preview of the album that I'm working on right now. I plan to have it finished by my birthday, but I don't. Simple as is. But I have 4 songs done. And I think I will start the stream with that. The first time that I'm going to present that to pretty much everyone. Like 5 people know the songs right now. Sammy knows them, Koma knows them. 2 friends of mine know them as well, and I know them. So those are the only people so far that know these songs. Play a Final Fantasy game with a guitar? I bet it will change my life for the worse. I don't really like... Let's not say I don't really like. I thought about doing weird control things. I told you the group and album name, that's true. Well, let's be real business. I told the entirety of Lobos' chat that, but you were, I think, the only one that was listening. Yeah, exactly. Well, one took note of it and has written me a Twitch message about it, that I should tell him when the album's coming out. And I still have that Twitch message, so that I remember. But other than that, I really planned on having it finished by my birthday, but, you know, work stuff came and ruined my schedule. So yeah, I didn't finish the album, but 4 songs are done, the half of it is done. And I really want to do that again. I really want to show that, even though it's not finished. So I will do that next Thursday. Now you can quote it. Now you can quote me on that, because now I promised you that. I will also post a whole, like, schedule of how it works, how the stream goes, or how it's structured on my Twitter. Because I also want to start earlier than today. Like 1 to 2 hours. Earlier than my usual time. Because for once I want to stream into my birthday, so I want to make it past midnight. And I want to stream longer, but I don't... Thank you, Goblin. I don't want to stream for that. I don't want to stream that late because on my birthday, I have a long car tour, like a car ride, to borrow equipment from several different places, because on Saturday, I think I talked about that last time. I'm organizing a concert that is also live streamed on the radio station that I work at, and as a video live stream as well. And I have to get so much equipment from different places because my radio station doesn't have a lot of equipment for a live concert. And I have to get all of that on Saturday, on Friday. On Saturday is the concert, where I have to basically do everything. I have to... Well, the stage is there. But I have to manage the entire technical equipment. I have to coordinate the bands. I have to watch the video stream and audio stream and test them beforehand. I have to, of course, mix the concert, both for the streams as well as the people that are there, which will be, because of the pandemic, 50 people max. And it's going to be 3 bands. And I have to sound check them and everything. It's a huge thing. Bye, airship. See you soon. I think it is amazing, Jeremiah, but it's also a lot of work. The main thing that I'm annoyed with is that it would be 1 long day of work, but we don't have a lot of the equipment, so now it's 3 long days of work, because on Friday I have to get the equipment, on Saturday is the concert, and on Monday I have to drive everything back to where it belongs. And it is, in theory, my free time. Like, I'm on holiday break at that time, so I have to move my holiday around, because that was the only date that the location where we're doing the concert had free time, still in August. And it's also on the weekend that my birthday is, so it's like the worst possible time. But I'm still looking forward to it. Alright, dude. Thank you so much for dropping by. I really appreciate it. Good to see you again. I know we played some games that are not really your cup of tea, but now you can look forward to, again, every single Thursday will either be a Final Fantasy game, or a Zelda game, or next Thursday, well, some extra stuff and Chrono Trigger. So I think you're looking forward to that one. Yeah, I will see you soon, Duo. I'm pretty sure about that. And I will now have a quick little bathroom break, because the beer is going straight to my bladder. I don't know why I did this, like I was some sort of gangster. Which I'm certainly not. But I'm going to have a quick bathroom break, get another beer, and then maybe stream for another half an hour or so. Or maybe 45 minutes, till it's midnight, my time. Okay, I'll be right back. My fridge didn't want to cooperate. It didn't want to close. That was weird. Oop. Get my wire down from my chair. This will also be my last beer for the night, because I already realize how sloppy my English is getting. Don't drink and speak foreign languages. Or do. You know what? Just do. It's fun speaking foreign languages and getting to know new people. My first sponsorship? Shit. I know that there are some things, some companies that are especially looking like for raw deals with small streamers. But man, I hope it doesn't happen to me, because on the one hand, I don't really want that. But on the other hand, I could use money. Störtebeker sponsorship? I would take that. Hey, Störtebeker, sponsor me. What style of beer do I prefer? It really depends on my mood. This year... Whoops, I just hit... Headshot's going to hit himself on the face. This year's a pale ale. Not an IPA, but like a citrusy, very fresh tasting English style ale, I guess you would call it. They call it Atlantic ale. But it's not like a stout, so not, or an Irish ale. I really like this one. It's like my go-to beer. When I don't have like a special craft beer or something like that. I like more hoppy beers. I don't like them sweet. I don't like them very rich. But I do like dark beer from time to time. I also, last time I already asked someone. I don't know what pills is called in English. I think Duo told me, but he's gone now. But pills, I feel like, is the standard. Both where I live and what I drink. It's just a good all-around, very hoppy beer style. Is it just called pills business? I'm trusting you. You're my US guy. Pills now. That's what I mean. Indiana is huge on IPAs. This is now getting more weird than ever. I've never been to the US. I really would love to go. You know, when the world is not insane anymore. But now I feel like whenever I make my first trip to the United States, I have to make an effort at least to go to frickin' Texas to meet business. I don't have the money for it though, so while I would really love that, I don't have the money for that, so we'll see when it happens, if it happens. I like a good stout as well, but it's not a very, can you say binge when you're talking about drinks? It's not a beer type that I can drink a lot of, is what I want to say. You think you have to write Störtebeker? I mean, you could try. Only if I'm an alcoholic. I hope not, but but I've been drinking pretty regularly on stream, which I think I should reduce. Oh no, sorry, don't even I wouldn't even know how to react. Did you see when 12 people came, or whatever it was, like 15 people came through a raid and left follows? I didn't even know how to react then. So I wouldn't even know how to react when something like that would come to my attention. This is my craziest stream so far. I make an effort to appear very, very real. So I have no problem in saying this is like that was crazy. The raid was super crazy. I was overwhelmed. It's 26 degrees outside. Do you mean Celsius? I mean, if you're talking about Fahrenheit, it would be freaking freezing. So, but I'm not used to Americans using Celsius. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It was crazy, but it was great. Thank you so much. That actually has pushed me a long way towards becoming affiliated. I probably should have plugged myself better. I'm so bad at this. Probably not Dragon. Also, I always think that it's weird when like small streams try to advertise themselves in a bigger one. I mean, it is kind of weird. This is one of my favorite stories of the last of this year. Where so much, oh fuck yeah, we level up Cure. Where so much has gone to shit. You're not rude at all, business. I have now lost track because I have no idea how many people just left a follow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I am at 33 of 50. Every other requirement I have, because I stream regularly twice a week for like 4 hours. I know that I could have, that I could plug myself more, but I don't really like to do that also. I could like go on Reddit or use tweet more and use hashtags more and make special YouTube content, which is what a lot of people say, and I don't really like to do that because I have fun streaming and I'm mainly doing it for myself. Sammy just crit herself. If a lot of people want to tune in and enjoy what I do, I really appreciate it. And if something comes out of this, I mean, I'm the last one to say, fuck it. But I don't really like going out there and saying, hey, this is what I do. Because, and this is where it gets really real, the main reason that I started streaming, beyond everything else, is that I started when I was in home office, during like the height of the corona thing, at least where I live. And I was working from home whenever pretty much whenever I wanted. And I struggled with depression and went through therapy, etc. And I know how my brain works, and I wanted to get something to give my week structure. And I always wanted to stream, and I always thought streaming was kind of cool, and I think, or I like to think, that I'm pretty good at sharing my enthusiasm for things, and especially telling people about things that I really enjoy. Like games that I enjoy that maybe people don't know about, or I think more people should know about. Which is why I started with Terranigma originally, my first ever stream. And also I wanted to give my week some structure. And pretty much one of the nails in the coffin was that Coma streams. And it's a different, at least for me, it was like a different thing when someone that I knew personally was just streaming. And I realized, oh, you know what? You're right. Pretty much everyone can do that. So, while I really, really appreciate every single one coming, and I really, really love that people like Dragon Rider and U-Business and Duo and Davey come here pretty much every single time. I mean, I also appreciate Sammy, Coma, Headshot, of course. But I also know them personally. But still, I really appreciate that they come pretty much every single time. And I heard from a friend now that while I have on the average 5 to 6 viewers per stream, pretty much all of them write in the chat, are pretty active in the chat, which is not something that seems to happen with smaller streams. And I really appreciate that with every single one of you. And let's just take a moment, especially with us business, because I think that this is one of the craziest stories this year for me. That we basically started just having our own private conversation in a huge chat. I mean, Lobos has like 1,000 viewers on average. And we just picked each other out and started talking, and now you're here every single time. Even though, for example, with Final Fantasy you said you don't care much for JRPGs. I really, really appreciate that. I don't take that for granted. It's super important to me. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you also, Jeremiah, for dropping by. I'm really grateful that you like it. And I hope I will see you soon. This is my anime backstory. Probably. I don't have the protagonist hair though, and I will not dye my hair, at least not for the next couple of years. Because I tried that one, I wanted to have blue hair. But you have to get your, if you have dark hair like me, you have to get that blonde ones before. And that just really sucks. I think I will grind some more. Just like maybe a quarter hour or so. And then I will stop for today. I thought about making the first step towards the story. But I don't think it's really worth it right now. To just go into the way, because Finn, the town where we're supposed to go, is a little bit ahead, and I don't even think that we are ready yet. So this is like a nice, chill, grindy thing. And then, well, shoot, next Thursday we aren't even going to play Final Fantasy II, as I just said. We will do a Zelda tier list, listen to some music, maybe make a run of Binding of Isaac, and then start Chrono Trigger. You don't want to go to bed? Well, I mean, you have to, though. You don't have to do it now. But eventually. Hey, Sammy got more HP, more power. Less intelligence, because this game likes to punish you. But I mean, as long as she's not casting, who gives a shit, right? Also, Sammy, let me just say this. 69 max HP.
Nice.
I also hate my curly hair, Jeremiah. I know that Sammy likes it, and some other people that I know like it. But I was never a fan of it. I would have loved... A friend of mine has wonderful, long, smooth, dark brown hair. And he looks amazing with it. And I'm so jealous of him. Nope, you're not hitting yourself. There's also a glitch in this game. I haven't talked about this. I was so preoccupied with the raid that I didn't talk about the glitch. I'm not going to use... I'm not planning on using it. Let me phrase it that way. There is a glitch to level up your stats by basically issuing a command like a fight, and then going back and fight again, and then going back and fight again. So as long as you go back, it still counts towards your progression. But I only want to, I don't want to abuse that. I only want to use it when I honestly issue a wrong command. Then I'm going to go back. At least you'll be at some point. I mean, that's the main thing. I can live with losing my hair. But I think it would be... I don't really want to lose my beard. I'm okay with having with being bald and having a beard. Yes, I mean, you know a lot of people with full beards and long hair. I can speak as one of those. It's weighed down by its own length. I really want that as well, but it doesn't happen for me. Oh yeah, Headshot's also one of those. Whoop, I'm always going to magic. I don't actually know why. Yeah, you can really abuse grinding in this game, and there's a video out. A lot of people, when you go to YouTube and you search for videos about Final Fantasy II, first you have to make sure that you're not watching a video about Final Fantasy IV. But when you're past that, most videos are just really negative about this game. And I'm also, when I played through this game the first time, I definitely said that it was the worst of the Final Fantasies that I've played so far. But there is a video out there that's called, I think, In Defense of Final Fantasy II. And that guy raised some interesting points. I don't agree with him on everything, but one thing that he said was, yeah, you can abuse the leveling system, and you can abuse leveling the stats, and you can abuse hitting yourself, and you can even abuse the glitch, but isn't it great to have multiple options? And I was like, you know what? He actually has a point. Just because there are exploits that you can use. Oh, I think that's it, Jeremiah. I think that's exactly the video that I'm talking about. Final Fantasy II is not a bad game. And he makes exactly that point, saying that, yeah, you can abuse all of this, but why do you hold it against this game that you can abuse things to get stronger? When in reality, having more options is an interesting concept that you would normally appreciate. I think we are talking about the same game. Same video. Yeah, Sammy, you will comb my hair again. I'm keeping up with it better though than last time. It's not as scraggly as it was before. One of the problems that I have with that video, by the way, Jeremiah, is that he only talks about the, I think, GBA remake. Pretty much. He makes it clear. He talks about that he only played that version for a long time. And that he can't account for problems with the original NES or Famicom version. But since that's the version that I'm playing, or that I've played, that was a bit problematic for me. Skin tone chicken bone? That's either an amazing song or a very disturbing video. Or both. Sounds like a Primus song title. It does, actually. I really want to get back into Primus. I haven't listened to them for a long time. Also, it seems like Koma's wrecking shit with the level 2 ice spell. See, he just basically wrecked this entire thing. I mean, okay, it's Hornets, let's be real. But still. I appreciate the work of every single one that is in my party. Also, fun fact, we didn't even talk about this when, like, the large bulk of people was here. I've played this game before, as I said. But I wanted to do one thing specifically the same as in my first playthrough. When I was unknowing of how this thing would play out. But I found it so funny that I continued to keep it, even though I knew it by now. As you can see, everyone who's familiar with the game, there are only 3 party members. There is a 4th party member that you name at the beginning of the game. And I did that. And as you can see, I named these characters after my friends. So, of course, I named the 4th character something personal as well. I named the 4th character after me. And I know that he's gone for like 85% of the game now, but in my first playthrough I didn't know that. And I was super pissed off about that. Alright, Sammy, I'm not going to stream for a lot longer, so you're not missing a lot. But have a wonderful night. We'll talk tomorrow. Have a good one. Oh my god, this. This beer is getting right back up. Not in a vomity way, but in a burping kind of way. Don't get weird. Don't get weird, chat. But yeah, in my first playthrough, I named one of the characters after me. And the rest after my friends. And I was very disappointed that I was just gone. And I was gone for the entirety, pretty much the entirety of the game. I got weird first, yeah, I tend to do that. It's one of my signature moves, getting weird. Okay. We grinded quite a bit. Especially the... just look at the MP. It's pretty nice, actually. Both with Koma and Head. Koma just soared past Headshot, by the way, when it comes to MP. But for now, I will definitely buy another cure spell, because you need 2 cure spells. Or you should have 2 cure spells. And I will give it to Semi, even though it's not her focus. She will be, as she wanted, our tanky front row bow woman. I love that. It's the same with Final Fantasy 1 when I let you guys decide what kind of classes you wanted to use. And you chose a combination that was pretty weird. I mean, for me at least. Because in my first playthrough I played Warrior, Black Mage, White Mage, Red Mage. which is a very expensive party because of all the spells. And you guys chose Thief, Monk, White Mage, Black Mage. Well, I chose Black Mage. And we struggled so hard in the beginning because we had no warrior. Well, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Let's save this one. We did a lot of work today. It's alright. Yeah. This is where I will stop it for the night. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for the raid again, whoever's still with us. I hope you will drop by soon again. As I said, my streaming days, by the way, I announce them all on Twitter. You can see them there. I upload everything to YouTube that I stream. So you can look around there as well if you're interested. Now I'm trying the plugging thing, by the way, plugging myself. My streaming days are Thursday and Sunday, 20 to usually 24, 8 PM CET, Central European Time. I'm sticking to that very regularly. I think I only missed like 2 things, 2 dates in the last 4.5 months. I'm plugging myself? Well, in that sense that you're saying, not right now. But yeah, on Sunday we will continue and maybe finish my Pokemon Silver Nuzlocke. We did like the Elite 4 and 4 Kanto gyms last time, so maybe we do the next 4 Kanto gyms on Sunday. But I don't think we're ready for Red. But let's see. I have an emergency game lined up, so I'm not too worried if we game over. And on Thursday is my streaming into my birthday stream. It doesn't roll off your tongue as much as birthday stream. Yeah, but that will be a lot of fun. With Chrono Trigger at the end, definitely. And apart from that, Thursdays for now, Final Fantasy II. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate everything that happened today. And I wish you all a wonderful night. I wish you all a wonderful weekend till I hope we see each other on Sunday. Let's save again because I am a paranoid bastard. Even though I just saved on 3 slots 3 minutes ago. Okay. Have a wonderful night, everyone. And I will see you soon. Bye.